Getting over your ex does take thought management. It's just not going to happen over time. You know how they say time heals all wounds? That's not necessarily true. Good morning. It's Pamela Elaine Nichols here again with an inspirational message for you. These inspirational messages are particularly for women who have gone through divorce or are going through divorce. Of course, anyone who stumbles upon this video and finds it useful, I hope that you apply the lessons here as well, even if you don't fit into that category. What I do is I help women who've gone through divorce feel good enough to get over their ex and be happy. Is that possible, Pamela Elaine? It is. And I'm here to encourage you in that practice. And it does take practice. So before I get into today's inspirational message to you, I just want you to know that it's not getting over your ex does take thought management. It's just not going to happen over time. You know how they say time heals all wounds? That's not necessarily true. Because if you think about it, there are a lot of people who have been divorced for a long time and still mad, still angry, and still hurt over the things that their ex-husband did back in the day. So time doesn't always heal all wounds. However, time can be an aid in healing if you practice happiness and healing. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Today's message is stop putting your needs on the back burner. I'll say that again. Stop putting your needs on the back burner. Okay, you've done this most of your marriage, if not before you were ever married. You put your needs on the back burner and took care of everybody else first. At the end of the day, you were depleted and tired, only to get up the next morning and repeat the same behavior. It's no surprise that you're stressed, that you're unhappy. Maybe you have a little more weight than you ever wanted. Your skin is not as vibrant as it once was. You don't feel as healthy as you did. You're not working out. You're not exercising. You're not yogaing. You're just, ugh. And you feel that way. You look at yourself in the mirror and you go, oh, I wish I looked differently, felt differently, lived differently, and so forth. And you're just unhappy. Well, one of the reasons for that is because everybody else is first and you're last. You're probably not even on your to-do list. So my message to you today is stop putting yourself on the back burner. Stop putting your needs on the back burner. I know you've heard that analogy when you're on the plane and the stewardess says, should the cabin pressure drop, please put your mask on first and then help your child or someone else. Well, you've heard that all the time, right? But I bet you, if you've ever been in one of those situations, you were like, let me put the mask on somebody else first. And you neglected yourself. Well, it's a habit that has to be broken. How? Great question. How, Pamela Elaine, am I going to ever stop putting everybody's needs first and mine as a priority? I want to give you one tip, one tool to do that, because I know you're not going to just stop cold turkey. That's just hard. I couldn't stop cold turkey. I still, even to this day, having been divorced 6 years, and you would think now I would know and practice on the regular, making myself a priority. Well, I'm much better at it now than I was when I was married and post-divorce, but I still struggle. But here's a tip that I want you to use, all right? You're not gonna go to cold turkey, as I said, and that's okay. You can graduate out of this. I want you to get a journal. I don't care what kind of journal it is. Here's one, for example. Can you see this? It's a Nice journal, huh? Here's a journal. Every single solitary day, I want you to do this for 30 days, okay? You can do anything for 30 days, and it only takes a few minutes. For the next 30 days, in this fresh journal, go get one. Call it the, I don't know how to make this better seen, but, there we go. Call this the My Needs Journal or My Happiness Journal. I don't care what you call it. And on each day, you're gonna have a page. Can you see that? On one side of the page will say others. The other side of the page will say self, or you can say me. It doesn't matter, over here, self or me. Over here, others. And I want you to do that on each page. So the next page would also say the same thing, others, self. And you just keep going through that for each page, all right? What, Pamela Elaine, am I gonna put on these pages? Okay, first the concept. For every single time you put someone else's needs above your own, you're gonna mark it on this journal. So Monday, you're gonna write, I took my son to the mall when I really needed to when I really needed to take a bubble bath to prepare for my day. I'm making that up, okay? But you get it. You did something for someone else before you did something for yourself that you needed to do for yourself. You write it here. Every single time you do something for someone else as a priority over your own need, you're gonna write it here, but then you must balance it with something you do for yourself. So if you take your son to the mall, you drive him to the mall when you really needed to take your bubble bath in order to prepare for the day, because it was gonna be a vicious day, then over here, before the day is over, you need to do something for yourself, for just yourself. Even if it's, I took a bubble bath. It was at night. It wasn't in the morning when I needed to do it, but it was at night. You did it, you must write it down so that you balance out this imbalance that you're already in of everybody else first, me last, if you even get to me. All right, so let's make sure we're clear on this 30-day, how many days? Yes, 30-day assignment. Get your journal. I don't care what kind it is, doesn't matter, but get a journal just for this practice. Every time you do something for someone else before your own need, you write it down, what you did, the day, the date, and what you did. Then before the day is over, you must then record something you did for yourself that made you feel good and alive and energized. You might have 5 things here, then girlfriend, you're gonna have to have 5 things here too. Don't do 5 things and then half of a thing over here. No. 5 here, 5 here. And you're gonna keep that practice up for 30 days, and I wanna know how it goes. I just wanna remind you to lean into the discomfort of this practice. I want you to always remember that every investment in your self-development pays off. Okay, you want to feel good enough to get over your ex and be happy? Practice taking care of yourself as a priority. Okay, hope this was helpful, and I'll see you next time.